long time, and our treasurer is Mr. Jim Shep. Jim, raise your hand.
Oh, Jim.
Oh, there you are, back there hiding. Our historian, none other than the famous author Norman Baker. Norman. There's Norman. And Norman has a new book hot off the press. This is the first time I've seen it this morning, so he does have copies back there. And the other board members are Carl Eckberg, Dr. Carl Eckberg. There's Carl, right over here, who's an expert in the French. If you have any French questions, and he will speak to you in French as well, but far away. And of course the British expert is Norman over here. And we have Susan Emmert, our gracious food lady today. And thank you, Susan, for having all that.
Oh, yeah.
Without further ado, I'm just going to say, if anyone saw the article in the paper yesterday, it was a good article about what we are doing, kicking this first audio tour off, and I just had something cute to show you. I don't know if anybody remembers where history meets technology. So we're going to bring you up to date a little bit later on the iPhone, but I thought this was a cute little thing to have, and no, we're not going to make you dial that. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Scott Straub. Scott Straub, our board member, who's just been on the board a couple years, and he has done a mighty big amount of work. This was Scott's idea. He's going to introduce a lot of special people that have come from far away today. And Scott himself is a air traffic controller in Leesburg. He's from Portsmouth, Virginia. His wife couldn't be here today. She's traveling, but his daughter Danielle is here. Where's Danielle? Who arrived last night from Alaska. She lives in Alaska. She's in the Air Force, so welcome. And her two boys. So Scott, take it away.
Appreciate y'all coming out today. Got some good weather for it. This is the unveiling of Winchester's very first cell phone audio tour. And again, I'm Scott Straub. I'm the project manager. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of what we're going to do here since we don't have any programs to hand out. We're going to make our remarks up here. Then we're going to go to the front of the property. And we're going to unveil the signs that we have up there. Take a couple of pictures. Then we'll come back here and we'll have the mayor make the first phone call, and it's going to be a two-part thing because we do have it available, the audio available on our website as well. So we're going to dial into the telephone number, listen to a sample of that, and then we'll download from the internet and let you see what that's like too. That should take about 15 minutes to listen to. Afterwards, you're invited to stay around for a book signing with Norman Baker. I think it's already begun. The signing has begun. But I'm looking forward to seeing the book too. It's his new book, Braddock's Road. We will give a tour of the site if anybody's interested. Another comment about Braddock's Road, for those of you who don't know, Norman has walked all of Braddock's Road from Alexandria to the mountains, taking pictures almost every step of the way. It's an amazing story, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what else he has in this book. Back to cell phone tours. Cell phone tours are not new. There's just a noticeable absence of them in the Winchester and Northern Virginia area. Now, my wife and I were taking a tour down in North Carolina last year at Kings Mountain National Military Park, and they have quite an impressive tour down there. It's a 1.5 mile trail around the mountain where they fought, and every so many yards there's a sign and another stop where you can listen to some audio. I was pretty impressed with that, and I came back and reported back to the board that we should do something like that. They said, that sounds like a good idea. And I quickly found out that he who brings the idea to the board becomes the project manager. So I started making phone calls. I got on the internet, I looked around. Cell phone tours can be a pricey proposition. I stumbled on a company in Ashburn, Virginia called Spatial Adventures, and I talked to a Michael Gimmiger. I told him we're a small little operation out here in Winchester. We're nonprofit. We don't have a whole lot to work with. And he set up an account for us and set it up in a way that we could move forward with it. It wasn't beyond our reach. And we couldn't have Dave or Mike with us today, but we do have David Ramola. You just flew in yourself this morning, didn't you? Where'd you come from?
I started my back.
Okay, well, didn't you catch a red eye last night?
I did, I think,
California. So you're fresh off the plane and drove straight out here, and we appreciate that. But he's representing Special Adventures, the cell phone company. As I tried to work my way through this, figuring out everything I had to do, I thought, well, you know, you have to get some advertising, some sponsors. I thought maybe approaching the businesses down in Milwaukee Mall. But as I was talking to my wife works at Bank of Park County. She said, well, why don't we apply for the bank? So I talked to a couple of our friends,